Hey traders, welcome to episode 687 of the show. You could be doing anything on a Sunday, but you're here. Maybe we could witness the weekly close together, maybe not, I don't know, man. You pick a tech problem, an internet problem, I got it. I got them all, man. All right, every single one of them. So just trying to salvage a stream, okay? And yeah, it affects me negatively. It's really hard to shake it too. Like, it pisses me off so much. Okay. So back over 10,000 with 49 minutes left. All right. Yeah, nothing to say. I guess it was really one thing, and you know, it was like a low on price, slightly higher low on the 4 hour with higher levels of relative strength and higher level or lower levels of negative Momo, and that's just bullish convergence. But it's so close to being the same low that it's almost like a form of Class B bullish divergence. So that is kind of like impending price action versus the upside. So that's not bad. That seeing this on the 4 hour isn't too bad when we're about to close the weekly in 48 minutes. And just again staying in the upper quadrant of the equidistant channel, right? The 75% trend line above it, staying above it. That's good, I guess, but eventually I think you would in time test this downslope resistance once more. We almost did, but never touched it exactly. Once again, you know, a few days ago, almost touched it but didn't. DBCT Landings, thanks so much for the sub. You see any aliens out there? Area 51 Connect or something, man? So if we want to just take a look at that weekly, we can. That's fine. Whatever. Box launched like an hour ago, right? Hype for that. Well, here's the daily. All right, we're gonna look at the daily first. As you can see, let me get rid of that real quick. All the numbers are screwing with it. All right, as you can see, what we're doing, falling back below that 10,033 area. I mean, if you look left, where are we? Look, we're just like touching it, man. We're just like right at it, you know. Look, I guess even if I'm not even being pinpoint accurate on this trend line, if you see it, it's like right there. It's at that to the dollar 10,020, and you're just right above it still. Okay. Sometimes you have to like scale in hardcore. See, even if you scale in even more, it's like you're off just a little bit. Jeez. All right, so right there, 10,019 was it. So that's that top wick from May 5th. Yep, May 5th, 2018. And you're somehow still above it. If you're pinpoint accurate, you can see how I just did that. And here we are, right? Yep, still got some negative Momo on the daily. And it's like still building, but the price action isn't really falling through too much. Very neutral on the RSI on the daily. Okay, it's still towards the end of the apex. We're like 90% in, 87% of the way through the development of this price contraction. There's not much room left, right? Here's the apex of that triangle, all right? Hold on, I think I know what I got on the weekly. It's like Bitfinex. Yeah, so here's your weekly pennant, where it may look like a triangle on the daily. It definitely looks like a pennant on the weekly. Sorry, again, I got rid of that because the numbers were just in the way of like where the candles are. And as you can see, still above the area, right? Still above the weekly wick close back from the, you know, the week of April 30th. You're above it still somehow. So you've just kept holding above the zone of support between, you know, 96.60 and 10,000. That's like the candle close to the wick, right? That's the zone, and you're still just holding above it somehow. At the same time, on the weekly, you make a low on price, you make a higher low on price, you make a slightly higher low on price, you make lower levels of relative strength every time, and that's just a hidden bullish divergence. That's all you got going for you, man. The price contraction with the hidden divergence. It'll be interesting to see if it does play out as a continuation, because that is what hidden bullish divergence signifies. Pending price action continuation from what it was, right? It was up, so continuation. Be interesting, right? Would be very interesting. Deep breaths, man. Like, pretty much lost it, all my composure when all this internet crap was happening, man. Oh my God, it's just killing me. But it's drowning out the wonderful day I had yesterday. Jesus. Be able to tell that's a bearish cipher. It's not confirmed yet. It's not, you know, it's just an idea still until you hit until you hit that D, which I'm trying to think here. That D was like way up at pipe dreams for now, right? 11,650. That's an area to go short, not go long, right? So you may never get there. And the reason why you may never get to the PCC of it is because the downslope structure is real, right? This has to be broken. If you do break this, it could signify a bump and run, break, or a Momo shift to the upside, which is good. But we have not been able to do it, and it's been well over 80 days since the correction began, June 26th. All right. Got the 60-minute, I guess we can, since we look at the... Oh, hey. Oh, look what we did. Oh, my God, chat. Oh, go figure, right? You hit the square up on Bitcoin, and you've begun to rally since you squared up. It's not that. Remember the Bart Simpson connect? It just continued Bart Simpsoning until it squared up, and it is now bounced off the square up. Wow, nice. And at the same time, right, on the 60 minutes.
Pretty annoying how mods ban my messages on Discord and YouTube. Messed up. Been supporting for about a year now and only say nice things. Not cool, bro. On the bright side, happy you're back, online fams.
Thank you. Grab the money bag. Well, look, I'll tell you this. And most people, I mean, like I said to mods, like the only way people understand is like, just because it's mid-trade TA, like the, you know, like the Discord and all that, it's much greater than me, much larger than me. I delegate moderation to a core group of people that have been around longer than anyone else. And if they deem what you've said to be inappropriate or whatever, it literally has nothing to do with contributions, donations, anything like that. It's really like, you can't think I'm the only person involved here. And I'm not banning people. I'm not timing people out. I have many things I have to deal with, and moderation would kill me. I can't do it. So just remember, like, you got to, there's civility and there's things that you can and really can't say, just for the sake of the preservation of no toxicity in this community, right? There are plenty of places where you can say anything you want. You can curse, you can say nasty things, you can post nasty gifs of very inappropriate things, but it's just like something we don't really do here. We try to have like a dress code, like a verbal and mental dress code in our community. And again, I don't know if that happened to you, man. It's just like they do their thing, I delegate to them. So you can kill me, put me on the cross, whatever you want, but again, man, I have a moderation team that I trust, and I'll let them do their thing. So it's, and I think there's good check and balances there too. All right, really good check and balance. Anyway, so does it look like Momo's shifting a little bit? Yeah, kind of, right? I mean, clearly there's a 60-minute little downtrend, and you broke out of it to the upside, so that's good. But no more square ups, not really. I mean, hard to argue where another square up really is. That was the big one. That's the one we had shown and drawn, and we even said 2 days ago, like, the way it's just continuing on like this, it looks less like a flag and like a Bart Simpson. It could just square up, and it did. So there's a really good chance it could, but that's okay, right? I mean, from that low point to high point, probably a 62+% retrace, now it's beginning to rally again. So whatever, it's all about the Gartley that's played out. Let's see if it can ever rally from here. It didn't go as high as we wanted. That's okay. Look, it ran up, overbought, squared up, and now it's trying to run again, maybe. All right, so that's just your 60-minute range. This is the context for, you know, scalping, whatever. These are the low risk areas for longs, high risk areas for longs, lower risk areas for shorts, right? There's still square up at 10,846, square up at 11,882, square up around 12,200. All right, so a lot of square ups above you, not really many below you, not at all. We've already done the square ups there, so that's, you know, you don't really want to fall below this 9,500 area. You do, you're probably in a lot of trouble. I mean, that's probably when you're breaking out of the triangle, the daily and weekly triangle pennant. Okay, so that's it, man. alts definitely pulled back a good bit. I think XRP squared up, down nearly 5% on the day, man. See that double bottom? It looked okay, and then when it started making a lower high, it didn't. Okay, so as you can see, it was potential. There's potential there, but as of yesterday, even that rejection right there made me feel not good about it, right? I mean, it just like you're trying to hold on to support, you just couldn't, man. Look, like as soon as you broke the support for real, look where you went. Huge red candle down, and then you squared up perfectly. Look how perfect the square up was, man. You can't even make it up. That exchange offloaded the position at a break-even price, and now you bounced, but who cares, man, right? I mean, good idea, but failure, complete failure. I mean, when you get that double bottom, you shouldn't be failing. You should start rallying to the upside and eventually hitting that like after you bottom, not fail, crap around longer. That's what it looked like on Litecoin one time on the potential double bottom. It just didn't work out. It failed. So what do you got, man? You got two downsloping converging trend lines now. 4 hours really ugly. I mean, there's no divergence at all. It's bearish convergence. Terrible. All right. Very bad. But then it's like, you got to think, is it going to be like XA, yeah, BC, T, 786. Well, you almost hit it. You almost hit the freaking 786, didn't you? You can see that Garley-esque stuff right there, right? The harmony. And I'm using this like swing low. I mean, I guess you could use that too, whatever, but it seems like that's good. The lowest point, right, of that range right there. And whatever, man. Maybe it's an opportunity, but there's no divergence with it. So it's pretty ugly. Pretty ugly, man. I mean, could you try to make sense of a wedge? All right, like down sloping resistance. Maybe, just maybe white space. Probably not. I mean, probably not a valid wedge, but you can see it a little bit. But there's, again, you got to have the divergence. You don't have, maybe the 60 minute better. Yeah, 60 minutes definitely got bullish divergence. Only on the MACD, not the RSI. Here it is, like a low, lower low, lower levels negative MOPO. Penny price action versus the upside in the short term, and it looks like you're getting it, but it's not, again, not making higher highs. Or, you know, yeah, at all. It's just making lower highs. So, good for you on the 60 minute. Not that great. Not great, not terrible. So, we'll see how this plays out, right? On XRP. So, you could coincide maybe the 4 hour downsloping converging trend line action with the 60 minute bullish divergence. Maybe that'll work out for you, but you normally want to have the pattern and the divergence on the same oscillator, right? So yeah, not good, man. This is like what you didn't want to do. You did not want to fall back into this range. Terrible, XRP. Give me a break. What are you doing? All right? Pathetic. But either way, still making higher lows than your previous lows after a square up. And nearly hitting a support at 26.775 cents. All right? Okay. Oh, looky here. Look here, listen. So the divergence really finally has started to play out, right? Where you high on price, slightly higher high, and then we thought maybe it's over, could back test, but then it just could never rally, and it's sold off once more, all right? But good news, that divergence, the sell-off, not too bad. And here's the thing, someone pointed out, I think in the patron chat, you have a low on price. For now, it looks like you have a higher low on price. You have much higher levels of negative MOMO. And that's good. That's hidden bullish divergence. Low on price, higher low on price. Same on the RSI. Look. Low on price, higher low. Lower levels of relative strength. So there you go. So from the bearish divergence, it's turning into hidden bullish divergence for now. All right, but unfortunately that parabola line was broken. It happens, man. It's not even that big a deal, but it was just showing you what can happen. FOMOing, you know, it's not really good to FOMO in when you're at the top of these parabola, these curved lines like that, right? It's just, you broke it now. You broke this, man. Probably not even really that big of a deal on the 4 hour or on the daily as much, right? If you're swing trading. All right, get into log. Yeah, look what happened, man. You're just reversing your price action to the 382. Not too bad yet. Dude, I swear this mouse like doesn't let me click. It's so weird. So yeah, I mean there's nothing weird about it, right? From the high to low. When you hit that 382, that's the beginning of the golden zone. That is where it's common for the asset to reverse its price action. It is, but it's not bad. So it could just be consolidating and might just be ready to set up for higher prices. I mean, if you think about it on the daily on Ethereum, it was overbought. It was 73, almost 74. So now it's back in bullish territory, only around 62, right? So that's good, man. You're trying to reset, and maybe barring acts of God from Bitcoin or bots, you might be able to finish this up and get to the real profit taking levels, which are just above where we have in the short term, at least for now, reversed to the downside. All right, that's Ethereum. Nothing's changed, man. Nothing changed at all. Private wins, man. Okay, so I mean, I don't really want to talk about this stuff live, but dude, when my mods are saying you're being really disrespectful to certain people, timing people out because they're talking crap about XRP, and you're abusing your wrench, I have no like option but to take it away until it gets resolved by you and the mods. So if you want that wrench back, you got to talk to them. Okay, yeah, I granted it, but I also had to take it away. Again, because I'm getting word from them that you were, again, being very disrespectful and timing people out for just voicing their negative opinion or dissenting opinion of yours on XRP. That's it. But remember, if you care about me, if you like me, hey, that kind of stuff stresses me out when I have to like start dealing with it and stuff. Like I'm trying to not have to deal with it, so I try to delegate. So care about me. Try not to stress me out with, mod stuff, wrench stuff, attacking people, blah, whatever it is, man. I got enough issues and they're all tech problems, okay? I don't need moderation problems too, man, okay? What's up, Vitalik and Z-Rex? Is anyone actually excited for bots? It's a non-event, man. I don't really know if it's going to affect Bitcoin. But there you go. Could be just self-fulfilling prophecy, this whole bot thing, right? Look, market makers, price contraction after a really nice 300% run on Bitcoin leading up to the event of BACT. And maybe BACT is like the catalyst. It's maybe not even a catalyst. It just will be coincidence that BACT is launching, and as we're 85+% of the way through the development of a pattern, even if BACT wasn't going to happen or didn't happen or wasn't on the slate, Bitcoin is soon to be breaking out. You could literally just forget about BACT, whatever, and no, technically, doesn't matter. Calm before the storm, receding volume 2. So. Fireworks for bots. I mean, really, dude, it's whatever, man. What's up, blockchain cheeseburger? There's always a problem with stream, technically, right? Always PCs crashing. It's okay now. I'm stable. It's kind of sad. I've not yet returned my old Nighthawk router. It's clearly a router problem. Like, it's pathetic. It's doing all I can to get live. All right, let's go to Litecoin again. Okay, Litecoin. Really? Yep. In log, right? In log scale. You hit the down sloping resistance. You still, like, for your 4th day now, showing some red, but really the selling isn't that bad, right? Really not. You are still trying to hold above the support zone. The once resistance zone is now support zone. So keep holding above that. And you might have a another run, right? But then you're gonna have to break the downside resistance. But we know on the non-log scale, you've already broken out, and now, as you can see, right, downside resistance, you broke it, but you're now at the bottom of the upsloping support of the channel I plotted, right? Why is this off? I don't know, man. That's so weird. I had it like that. Yeah, sorry. When you go log to linear, you know what I'm talking about. It breaks. You have to fix your trend line sometimes. So, all right. Horizontal line support, upsloping support. You're at it, man. I mean, it's do or die time. One could consider this maybe low risk areas before it runs again, but it could just as easily break and sell off violently, right? You fall below this 71 area, you're probably going down to 65 bucks again. There's just not really any support. Look, there's no like real support until then. So you just gotta think that with a moment ship breakout like this, you're not done retracing, right? This is only the beginning, and maybe, just maybe, we can make it between $94 and $114 before a major reversal of the downside, right? Scale 60 minutes or something. I don't even know. Hold on. I'm just gonna get rid of that because I don't even know which. Yeah. So I guess there's good news on the 4 hour maybe, right? Where it's kind of hard to tell, right? Because it's like here's a low, but here's a lower low right after it, you know. So not really that clear. Maybe kind of Gartleying a little bit, very small pattern, maybe. That might be crazy here. And just hear me out. Probably not though, right? Yeah, that's 60%. Oh my God, 786 is down here, so it didn't even hit the PCZ, right? That's like a small, maybe 60-minute looking Gartley on Litecoin, and it has not yet hit that PCZ. But there's reasons why you may never hit a critical support, and it's because of upsloping support, horizontal line support, right? You know, that might be preventing the harmonic from getting to its PCZ. Okay. So that would line up pretty well with maybe another run of the upside if all this was playing, right? But again, Bitcoin dumps all over for the alts. It's over. They got no chance, dude. Well, I'm glad you're here, Private Wins, either way, okay? Does anyone think Bitcoin will pump bots? If it would have already happened, right, Z-Rex? No, I'm not most likely hacked, J Churchman. But thanks. Yeah, Victor, probably. Thanks, Jason. Peter Piper, thank you, dude. Yeah, we got less than 30 minutes till your weekly close chat. So just trying to stick around for that, and I'll leave you to it. But yeah, futures are now open. I've been open for a little while. About a couple hours ago, I think. Yep. GR Essence says it's just another exchange launching when there is already plenty of exchanges where you can buy Bitcoin. Don't get too hyped. Exactly. All right, let's take a look at yeah, okay, so maybe there's just this small little Gartley on Litecoin that didn't get to the PCC, but maybe we know because of the reasons, right? 60 minutes on this. 60 minutes, pretty nice, right? Where you had a low on price, you're making a slightly higher low on price with extreme amounts of bullish convergence, much higher levels of relative strength. That's good. That's bullish in a way, right? So, but that pattern looks very, very real. Very good looking pattern. Just didn't get there. 70 bucks is what you wanted, okay, for a long. But I get why you wouldn't get down there. Yeah, all alts in the red today. Some losses worse than others. Cardano's down 5.43%, you know. Not good. IOTA's down 5% plus. BAT's down nearly 7%. Tron down nearly 7%. Yeah, alts just getting wrecked. And, you know, that's just maybe money coming out of alts. Whatever, dude. People taking profit. But where's it going? Is it going to go into Bitcoin? Or is it going into Tether or Cash? Tommy Lee, wait for the weekly to close and the dump might happen. I mean, dude, it's again neutral pattern. Could pump or dump. What's up, Brooklynish? You found me? I'm glad you did, man. Okay, Bitcoin futures chart. Why not? There you have it, man. Whole bunch of nothing burger. All right, 10,065. I mean, that's right. It's $10 off spot on Coinbase. But now what's happening? You're kind of falling out of the upsloping channel. Right? You're kind of out right now for the first time. You know, we fell out on this, but we didn't have a candle close outside of it. Eventually, you pushed back up. But today opened out 10,123, and yeah, again sold off all the way to, what was it? I can't see. 10,035 was the lowest low today. All right. Reagan cryptocurrency college. I don't know, man. I'm not a theorist on like why an asset will pump or dump. If it's so speculative like that, right? You have to say it's a theory, then maybe it's not it, right? Like, I just don't know, man. Alt season losses flavor. That's what I said, that we don't even know if alt season's here yet at all, right? You'd have to go up way more than where you're at now, dude. Most of these alts are only hitting like 23% retraces from their heights that you saw in late June. So how did I fare during college football? Perfect. Batted 1,000 yesterday. It was beautiful, man. And one of my Georgia bets covered by half a point, literally 0.5. They won, like Georgia won by 6, and like the line had moved so much. My last 3-game teaser I posted with Georgia was -5.5. It was monk ass. Can't even believe it, dude. Sergio, I don't know, man. Night King was around for a really long time, dude. Thousands and thousands of years. What are you talking about, dude? There was no alt season the last thousands and thousands of years. Renee, I certainly did. I had a wonderful weekend. I hope you did too. Okay. Here is your ADA that had a short-lived rally on a breakout of a wedge. Never even hit the measure move of the small pattern. That was all the way up at like 6.8 cents. And that's it. You know, you're selling off, but you're not making lower lows yet. You're still making higher lows until not. All right. Maybe you're resetting your oscillators on the 4-hour or something. I think you were overbought for sure on multiple time scales that are less significant. So eventually in time, you'd see this thing make a higher low and run again, and maybe get to 6.7 to 8.258 cents before a major reversal of the downside. Okay. Keenan says not really seeing any new money come in. Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, everything's stayed about the same. So I want to look at BAT. The bullish BAT didn't quite hit the PCZ, just slightly above it, but did skate off the downsloping old resistance. It was used as support again, and then that's when it started rallying. And down here, it's kind of like double bottom territory in a way, right? A peak and a bottom and a bottom. And at that time, you're showing bullish divergence on the way down, and then like you may start making the same low kind of with positive momentum instead of even any negative momentum, which is good. And then the rally began. But now, of course, like all alts, they follow each other, man. They're very, it was this bearish Marabazoo on the daily. Like, you've had complete seller domination. There's no wicks to the upside. There's no buying pressure either, right? Pushing this up and creating a wick on the bottom. It's just from the open. You've just been selling off literally for almost 24 hours on BAT. Whatever, dude. Pretty illiquid, it seems like, especially on Bitfinex, man. Doesn't seem like there's much volume here. But either way, man, it's good to see the context, because guess what? You can apply this stuff to any chart on any market. All right, it's all universal. It's like math. Yeah, well, Reckon Crypto College, Cryptocurrency College, man, that's people. That's like influencers. They feel like for some reason, when in their insecurities, they feel like they gotta know and they gotta tell you that they know, and they're certain about it, and they're geniuses, right? So that's the difference between me and other people. Okay, it doesn't have to do anything, right? So you can do whatever it wants. Whatever market participants want Bitcoin to do, it's gonna happen, and we don't know. And we don't need to know. Go watch my stream from yesterday. Jeez. Yeah, if you did miss my stream yesterday, you missed out so much, man. Just sit back. It's like 45-minute long stream. If you really need a pick me up, or want to learn more about leadership, or you're just not having the best day, go watch the stream yesterday. All right, I put a decent amount of effort into it. Looked over John Maxwell notes from. I saw him live once, and really think it could benefit your life to watch yesterday's stream. Okay. Zazo, Joe, everything's possible. Anything's possible. Less likely that we see 3K again for now. But if Bitcoin starts dumping and then we start, selling off, I mean, 3K still seems unlikely. I think you don't look at it like that. You look at it like, what happens when we break the support? Well, a measure move, 100% measure move of that symmetrical triangle to the downside is like 4,500. And measure move of the upside is like 15K plus. So again, we got to break one support at a time, one resistance at a time, and then we can talk about what would happen if we broke the next support, where we could go. And you do it one at a time. You don't go, oh, we're going 3K because this. Now, right? You're over 10K right now, so you got to break 9,600 resoundingly to see 7,500. We haven't done that yet. We haven't been able to. I mean, the sellers have tried tremendously, so hard over the past 3 months, and just fails. Okay. Kara, remember Kara?
Hi Mitch, could you share your thoughts on Kara, NASDAQ?
Been a while, man. Yeah, that played out, I guess. But yeah, man, let me clean it up. It's been a while. Kara, thank you, Phil McGap, for the 3s. Tron Connect. How can we size this? So, mega resistance here, dude. Super mega. And guess what? You're not above it, are you? You're below it. Sorry, that's not good, is it? You do that. You also had an uptrend, and you broke out of it. And now it looks like an impulse down. This could be a bearish rectangle on your hands, right? I don't use this tool very often for it, but as you can see, right, there was an impulse down, and now you're going sideways. So the impulse set the tone for the consolidation, and you're below very critical levels. Right? So measure move, upside or downside, very easy here. Right? This one's not too bad. Like if you break out, you could expect a target. I wouldn't say expect, but one could target reasonably to see 1879 to the downside. If it broke to the upside, different story. If it broke to the upside, could put you right back at all-time highs, literally right at touching the wick 2757. So there you go. Bearish rectangle has appeared, and here are your targets if it breaks this one way or another, when it does break, okay? Because the break will happen. But that's a great way to just size up an asset on the daily, showing the rectangle. We know the rectangles, man. Gerson Vicente, thanks so much for the sub, man. Welcome. Komatana. Kunana. If you're doing the live stream, that like button, that bell, that sub. Holy crap, dude. Did we hit 10,200 yet? I think we were close. Let me see. I'm like the only person that's allowed to see the numbers now. It's so stupid. Oh my god, dude, you were it. Mr. Vicente. It was sub number 20,200. Alright, let's go, man. 800 more for 21K. Hype in the chat. Eric Whitehead's bearish. I mean, Eric, again, that surely is a potential scenario with the neutral pattern. Yes. Yes, right? If it breaks out bearishly, we could be selling off, and it could be a large sell-off, okay? Remember Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a store value, and if it's at $1 or 20K, it serves the same purpose, and that's it, man. Of course, people don't want to see Bitcoin go to lower prices, but it's never out of the realm of possibility that it couldn't see lower prices, man. All right. And that's why, you know, as a trader, you don't care about Bitcoin more than you care about bullish divergence on a bullish Gartley somewhere else on some other market, right? We're looking for coinciding variables for trade setups in this stream. We're not like, this is not the Church of Bitcoin, chat. All right. Shailesh Yadav, thanks for the sub. Welcome. Appreciate that. Okay, not the Church of Bitcoin. The Church of TA, though, right? The Church of, you know, controlling your emotions and not FOMOing and getting that mental polarity shift where you get that FOMO feeling when it's running up. But instead of getting that feeling then, you start getting it when you start seeing 88% retraces, 78% retraces, bullish divergence in the daily and the weekly, falling wedges, double bottoms, right? Identifying patterns, all mixing it together to give you a higher probability of being right on it breaking to the upsides. Okay. What's up, Mr. Drewski? Who is he? He is a vague pronoun, man. Who bought? Do I think applying technical analysis to crypto helps mitigate fear of the unknown? I think TA in every market helps mitigate fear of the unknown. I don't know if TA helps legitimize crypto. I don't know, man. We're literally Lewis and Clark clearing the thickets with our machetes in the new worlds, applying all the research and data from the geniuses of old, the legends from the stock market and Forex, and we're trying to apply it here, okay? We're literally pioneers, man. All of us in this market. It's so infantile and new. Does it help people understand crypto as a legitimate investment? No, not at all. It's not. Right now, this market is not a legitimate investment. It's all speculation and gambling. There's no fundamental analysis that backs up anything on this market. Not this. This is stock market, but I'm talking about crypto. Too early. But that being said, since there's very little fundamental analysis you can do, man, there's not much left besides technical analysis, which is what I kind of like about it. But again, it's still pretty much the least efficient market. Definitely the least efficient market to trade in. That's okay. I didn't ban anyone, Peter Piper. See, there we go again. It's like I'm getting blamed for banning people. I don't ban people. There we go. What's up, Eric O'Connell, man? Good to see you again, dude. Glad you're back. Yeah, we've got 10 minutes, chat. 10 minutes. Oh, man. Walking through the trees, man. This autumn sun's blasting. It's going down on my side of town. What are my thoughts on blank? What's up, Dennis Perry, man? Apex funny moments. Meteor. When they're fighting, a meteor hits the arena. Boom. Best answer, right? Barrett says yesterday's stream was lit. Thanks for, yep, dude, it's awesome, man. Yeah, that book, 5 Levels of Leadership, I think changed my life. It gave me an extremely different perception of what a leader is and how to look at someone who's in a leadership position. But probably most importantly, it showed that that book gave me clarity that you don't have to be in a position of actual power, a leadership position, to be a real leader. A lot of people that aren't in positions of leadership are some of the best leaders. They just haven't been able to get to those roles yet. So yeah, man, I used to have a level 1 leader. It was awful, man. It was like textbook level 1 leader, and I was like, you just don't know about it. And then you read the book and you're like, oh my god, did they know my boss, right, back then? Can we not bring this, whatever it is, this drama to chat, please? Thank you. Thank you, Renee. JMav, keep it up, man. Keep learning every freaking day, and even without me, man. If you say you don't learn something from me, you got to find a way to learn something, man. Be a knowledge, information hoarder, okay? Make it to where you just keep learning so much, everything about everything, to where if you walked into a room and met somebody and they brought up something, you would probably know something about it, right? Just maybe one thing. And how crazy it would be if you're smart enough, well, not say smart enough, but you've learned so much that when someone brings something up at a party or a social event, and they start talking about it, you end up knowing more than they do about that subject because you just learned so much about so many different things, right? Doesn't just have to be trading, man. It can be anything, dude. Just learn. Broaden your horizons. What's up, Baron Von Pfefferhoffen? What's up with it, Charles Ferraro? Nothing. I think it's already launched officially. I don't really know what tomorrow has to do with it. But just remember, people are gonna probably, the ad revenue scrubs are gonna be like, it was balked. The reason why Bitcoin moved is because balked. And it's like, no, you had an 80 plus day correction after a 300% gain on the year for Bitcoin. So you can say balked all you want, but self-fulfilling prophecy. It was the technical analysis. That's the reason why. The calm before the storm. The volumes continued to recede leading up to now. So Bitcoin 10,040. We've got 6 minutes left, less than 6 minutes until the weekly close. Keep our eye on that for you. And that's it, man. All right. All right, let's look at Monero real quick because it's actually green on the day. Okay, it's still not a dead idea. Someone asked me to plot a harmonic on Monero or try to find one, and this is the best I could do. Though it is not. It had a beautiful false breakout on the daily. Beautiful false breakout. I mean, beautiful because you can just see how, oh my God, we're gonna do it, man. It was like a break hook and go as well, and after the break hook and go, it then dumped, right? And came straight back down to this 72.40 area. All right, right to the critical supports once more. But funny, weird, right? A low on price, low, same lows here. Getting back above the support, very important. And eventually, you'd like to see XMR breaks 74.20, which is the downside resistance. All right, you've already had a false breakout of it. Gross. All right, get rid of that for now. It's a good idea, but and it's still probably valid. I think it's still very much valid. But then you can almost say, like, look at this, you know, like there's another school of thought, I think, that's like XAB. See, never mind, it's like too deep. It's like way too deep, and it would need to be a lower high for a butterfly, but it's a higher high. So it's like, what is it, man? Like, it's nothing, I don't think. Too deep of a retrace there. But really trying to hold here. Again, this has no shot if Bitcoin dumps. None of these alts have a chance. So get used to that. I think you are. Where Litecoin had broken its down subbing channel like this, Monero tried and failed, but still barely holding on, like just barely, man. This is really important, man. Staying above this. This could very well be, if it really was to make major retraces, this is probably one of your lowest risk areas to take along. Like, no joke on Monero, even though it hasn't broken out and just false broke out. Like, though it could fail, that's why we have stops set up, tighter stops, and then, you know, it could run. All right. It's trying to hold, but it's kind of double topping a little bit, and that's what you don't like, right? Remember the context, it was in an uptrend for this correction. All right, gotta love that. So keep your eye on Monero. Seriously, this is a very potentially low risk area for long if the market doesn't crap itself. Seriously. XRP is dead? Nope, still alive. Last I looked at it. Yep, trading the zone is awesome, Mike Lamb. I agree. Oh, J-Mob's halfway through Mark Douglas is trading the zone. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I do better reading and audiobooks. I think I retain more knowledge when I read. For some reason, it's like the idea. It's not like, it's like pseudo-idaic. You know, everyone's got that kind of, you know, you can close your eyes and remember on certain pages where certain like words and letters are and sentences. Like, oh, I remember that sentence was in the top right of the book, right? You remember, you know, everyone has that, I think. So, yeah, that's why I do better at reading than just listening. Huang Pham, thanks so much for the sub, dude. Welcome, dude. Sub spike, like spike, everything spike. Let's go. Thanks. 30K, I'm telling you, you want 30, you want emotes and emojis and Pepe frogs and everything else. 30,000 subs, man. It's bigger than 100,000 and a million subs for a live streamer on YouTube. Fave 5, top 5. Thanks so much for the sub, dude. Welcome. Glad to have you. I agree, Z-Rex. I mean, I literally don't. You have to read that. Like, everyone needs to read that. And that is advice. That is certainly advice. Okay. Dennis, we already did that though, right? Can we watch Bitcoin? Sure. I mean, we have. Yeah, it's actually time. Good call. You look on the 8s. Oh my God, man. Let's just look at it on the weekly. That's not it. That's the daily. Weekly, I've got it like Bitfinex. Give me a sec, man. Don't worry about it. Sorry, I got rid of the measure move. Remember, the measure move's like 4,000 up or down. So it's still, right, chat? I mean, you're not really, it's definitely neutral, but I mean, at the same time, it's still decent that you're above this critical support. Remember, what was once a resistance is now support. Well, it was a resistance for, you know how often we've been using this support resistance, man. It's serious. It's there. It's being respected like crazy on price action for the past 3 months. All right, so the fact is that you are still above it. Look, you fell below it once more to make a higher low than the previous lows, and then you bullishly engulfed, and now very little price action. All right, you tested it. You're testing it. You tested both the candle close and the wick in this situation, right? And also, looky here, listen, right? Throughout, I mean, on the daily it's there, but really even on the weekly, you can see every time, the deeper we get into this, the closer we get to the apex of the price contraction, you got lower levels of volume. Papa loves pie. I love pie too. Thank you, man. All right. Welcome and thanks for the sub, dude. Okay, thanks. So that's just another indicator that the move is coming. And now we have a new weekly that has just opened. Hive in the chat. New candle, closer and closer. You got about maybe this week and next week and the week after before it starts getting really weird. I mean, at this point, the move can happen at any time. We could wake up or be awake, and there's a huge red candle or green candle that breaks us out of this, pattern of consolidation and contraction. All right. Just holding, man. It's confirmed now that you held for the second time. 2 weeks in a row, we've held above 10K. Not bad, man. At all. All right. Winbot connect. It's already. I thought it happened, right? Oh, what's up, Billy Man or B Slice? Simple Billy Hollander. Yeah, thanks for the 624 people. Like button, bell, sub stuff. Oh my god, are you kidding me? The stupid Streamlabs thing popped back up. Oh my god, man. Alright, I'm saving this and then it'll be fixed. Okay, we're safe now. Wonderful. I think it's good. Refreshing. Should be alright. Yep, we're good now. Air Doo-Doo. Thanks so much for the sub. Air Doo-Doo, anyone got any thoughts on that name? Interesting. It's climbing, Crazy Star. Not really, right? I mean, what? It's up $14, dude. I wouldn't say that's climbing, especially looking at a weekly time scale, which is, well, we're looking at it because the weekly just closed. So, I like, man, again, right? You can't argue. I really don't know if anyone can argue with the fact that there is hidden bullish divergence that has occurred in this triple RSI, hidden bullish divergence at this point, right? Low, higher low, slightly higher low, lower levels of relative strength each time, and that is a bullish indicator, right? That is bullish. The fact is you've held above this again for 2 weeks in a row now after engulfing and breaking back above it, right? That's kind of bullish too. Bearish wise, I guess the thing you could say is the trend line on the top, the downsloping resistance, is slightly steeper than the upsloping support. Some people talk about that can be more so bearish. I agree. I guess more distribution than accumulation is what that means, but that's fine. Think about how high this asset could go if market participants wanted to test this downsloping resistance again. It could go all the way up to like 10,663. Even before it broke to the upside, and that's a decent amount, right? So, you know where we are, man. Okay, let's do that real quick. Daily. So this is what your daily looks like, all right? So, really, did you close below? It's like you closed below it on the daily. Yeah, you would close, but now you're above. You just opened above it, right at it, man. So indecisive right now, but you can see how the asset is like regarding it. And again, this goes back to May 5th, Cinco de Mayo 2018. We're trying to bounce and regard it as support resistance. Okay, so I guess it's good that you're above it for now. All right, and that's it, man. All right, so as you can see with me not touching this trend line since I plotted it 1 and 2, you can see how we definitely responded to it with 3 rejections, never having a candle close outside of it before rallying, and you look how you wicked beautifully off of it again once more, and now you're just kind of chopping around some more, right? X, A, B, C, D, hit that PCZ of the Gartley and rallied, but done nothing since then. All right, so 10,030 on Coinbase, 10,028 on Tether, Binance, right? Mr. Drishki, everything goes stagnant. What you talking about, man? Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. Like, you go through periods of growth, periods of contraction. Happens across all markets, man. Not really a big deal. But just the good news is we know how the move's coming, right? The fact that we're so deep in this pattern, and look on the daily how, like, you see how clear it is, right? It's just like each peak, every time you have those spikes in volume, they become lower and lower, and so eventually you're just going to get so low on volume, nearing the apex, that there will soon be a huge green or red candle that will break you down or up. All right. Thanks, Francisco, man. Thanks for all the comments on my static videos too. Don't act like, or don't. Just know that I read those comments, and thanks for all of them, man. Because every time you comment, that's a form of engagement that helps SEO, helps growth of the channel and stuff like that. So thanks, man, for all the effort. Party bird, Heath. That's it, dude. Tommy Lee, what? What are you talking about? Okay, so that's the daily. We looked at the weekly. Monthly, we got about 8 days left, maybe 9 days till October. So maybe we could just look at the monthly, whatever. That's cool. See if we can get the monthly. Don't worry about it, man. Sorry. Okay, so this is what the monthly looks like, right? Where it's more rejection so far, but we'll be able to rally and make back up what was lost. Remember, at the beginning of this month, the highest high we saw was around 10,943, right? That 11K mark. That's like for the top of the range, bottom of the range. You're just kind of in the midpoint, near the lower part of the range. So where we are now is not really, any kind of overhead support resistance on the monthly, right? And besides, like up here at like 13,780, and that's exactly where that wick went, right? We touched that before pulling back tremendously. So monthly is still okay, I guess, but just distribution, trying to accumulate, but really not so much, man. It's definitely neutral, man. The bulls are definitely not in charge, and the bears aren't really in charge either. But you'd say because it's steeper downsloping resistance than upsloping support, maybe there's more distribution than accumulation. That's what you could say. Wait, man, they can argue all they want about a descending triangle. That's completely their right to do. All right, all good. I just don't know what's wrong with, descending triangles can break the upside too. But again, if you're just being real about the trend lines and stuff. All right, so futures, looking back at it on the new week, right? Price contraction, making adjustments on this trend line. You still got some room, but as you can see, the large upsloping channel you've been in, you are kind of falling out of it right now. Gross. Not really what you're looking for, man, but still above those critical areas, right? The May 5th support from the futures still holding above it. But where's the demand? You hit these supports and you're supposed to spring much higher, and you're just not doing it anymore. You're still just making lower highs, okay, with the higher lows. What's up, Tomcat? Steven Stan. Bull flag. I don't know about that, man. Definitely no. I would say just pin it or triangle. All right. Mr. Fam, a new sub, asks for XRP. That's cool. We can look at XRP for you, man. Looked at it early in the stream. But we can do it again. Oh my God! I keep clicking. It just doesn't work. So this is all that happened, right? It was like potential double bottom and then scrubbed out. It showed complete rejection, dire prices, and then just went sideways. It's like that's when you know the double bottom probably isn't going to work out, when it starts doing that crap. But it was such an important area to hold above, right? Back here, you can see it. So much support. You were back testing it for so long, and you thought, hey man, there might be hope for XRP to hold, back test, and rally again, but it didn't. Of course not. It sold off to square up. That September 17th square up level. It hit it and is now sideways, and I don't know if it's a valid wedge or anything, but it does look like you have some sort of downsloping price contraction, which can signify a break to the upside. But when you have this, you normally want to see divergence, not bearish convergence, where you make a low and then a lower low with higher levels negative momo and lower levels relative strength. That's not really bullish at all there. But the 60-minute is kind of showing us a little bit of divergence, but as you can see right here, just on the MACD, not the RSI, right? So that divergence is played out to a break to the upside, but that's it, really. That's pathetic. That's a slightly lower high than these highs even. That's not really good, man. I wish I could, hold on, let me try to make this visible on the 60-minute too. Let's see. It should show up now. So look at it, and here's your XR. Oh, looks not bad. Ooh, bull flag connect. Yeah, definitely beautiful. Oh, man, stress levels. Oops. Okay. I'm looking for it. It's been a minute. Scrolling, dude. Okay, done. It's done, dude. Silver's up more than Bitcoin? Not on the year. Not even close, dude. Not even close. So you can see it, man. That's not bad. That's really not the worst thing in the world. Even though you did break support, I guess it's the second best thing you get is that. And then maybe if you ever break, the resistance, the Momo shift resistance is like 28 cents. But then as soon as you break it, you then have overhead resistance, right? Or just major resistance above you. Again, that's just, ugh. Whatever, man. Good luck on your wedge. Okay. Let's go to just big one on the 4 hour now and look at it. It's probably not done. Probably not even worth it, man. I mean, we're still sitting at 10,036, so just not moving at all. Sorry. Right, a whole bunch of nothing burger, same analysis given earlier in the stream. You got a $1,500 range between 9,500 and 11,000. You're kind of in the dead middle of it, right? Once you hit the bottom, once you hit that trend line perfect, that 786, what'd you do? You bounced resoundingly, only to sell off for like 2 or 3 days to square up perfectly, and you've begun to run again, but not sure how high you're going to go here. All right, be very interesting to see this being so deep inside price contraction. Oh my God. Yeah, we're not dropping right now. Satoshi Kirk, thanks for the sub, man. Welcome, dude. What's that, Casey Jones? Tommy Lee, it might be something with Binance, right? I know the other night I was having issues with Binance. Just, it'd say invalid symbol, and it would show blank screen. So I don't know. It just bugs out. Thanks for a couple of y'all that followed me on Instagram. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, all that. I appreciate a follow on those. Just trying to grow those, but just to, I get it. If not. So dresser with beer behind it. Yeah, look at that monthly, dude. Yeah, I got rid of Super Chat and probably shot myself in the foot, right? Like tremendously, but whatever. It's a short-term pain for maybe long-term gain. Super Chat takes 30%. of the tips, but it makes people not want to tip at all. So it's like catch 22. I lose either way. Because like it started becoming a thing where the majority of the amount of tips I was getting, like every month, started coming from Super Chat, and so it was just like that wasn't the way it was before. What time of the day? 8 p.m. Eastern. Telway, if you're American, if you're not figured out. So Marco Rivera, stay-at-home kings. You know mob guys that don't take 30%. Oh, hey man, what's up, dude?
Defensive Battle Kappa tip $23.58. Pac-12 After Dark. Can't miss football. Go Bruins. Instant classic.
Defensive Battle Kappa. Yeah, dude, that was legendary. Such a good football game. And dude, thanks for the 23.58. Holy crap, man. Yeah, that was the best game of the entire weekend. It didn't end until I think 2:30 a.m. Eastern. It was I couldn't, yeah, like it was so back and forth. It was legendary, and it's good to see Chip Kelly usher in an upset, top 25 upset, Pac-12 After Dark, man. It's fantastic. God. Is it Thursday yet? Because, my God, I'm already missing football again, dude. God, I couldn't even, like, yesterday was just so much entertainment from football. Oh, I'm being taken, yeah, because, like, I give YouTube and Google 30% of what you tip me, and then I give the government 29% or 27% of what you tip me. So at the end of the day, it's like you tip me 100, and it's like, oh, okay, well, there go 60% of all of it to someone else. It's like, what? How does that even work? Sorry, music ended. How are they justifying it? Well, they make it really super convenient for anyone that's watching to tip me. That's how, pretty much. And it works, man. It definitely works. Convenience is a big deal. Dump now. Here we go. Here we go, chat. Below 10K. Selling off somewhat. Remember, deep within the range. $1,500 range. 9,500. 11K. In the middle. Right at 10K. You know, you're calling it a dump, but it's really just, it's actually moving. So maybe you're not used to it moving anymore or something. I don't know. Dude, oh my God. People are freaking out. Hey, whatever. Freak out, man. Go ahead and freak out. Web developer newbie, that's what it does, man. It does all, like most assets do that, man. Not all assets are not going to just keep pumping and pumping and pumping and have high volatility. It's just not how it works, man. Really not. Yeah, there you go. The move. Dude, that sack though at the end of the game to end it was so amazing. It was so ironic because it was like there had been like no defense most of the game or all game until like the very end, and it was like what was the axe, the dagger UCLA placed on Washington State. It was beautiful. My God, dude. Oh my God, dude, we're down $30 on the new day. $30, man. You know, like, duh. Yeah, you're betting life insurance on shorting. That's kind of scary, man. Hopefully you're kidding. Thanks for the 570 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, the like button, that bell, that sub. See if we can get 200 likes. Would it be possible? We don't have to, just good, you know, the more likes I get on a stream, the more, I guess, people will be inclined to see my stream or whatever.
Hit the likes, you weekend warriors. Kings Brew. Kings Brew.
Sorry about the echo. Claudio, thanks for the $6. The Ethereum Classic contribution, cryptocurrency contribution. Much love, dudes. All right. Schaffer, man, they take 7%, so not near as bad. Okay. But obviously I have a team, so they take 7, and then I also split percentage with my team, and then I pay taxes. So of course it's like, you know, whatever, not a big deal. Oh my God, chat, we're only down $18. Is everyone okay? Is everyone okay, man? Yeah, dude. All right, so I mean, go to the 4 hour. 60 minutes going to be more action, I guess, but dude, it's just a whole bunch of nothing. And really, you know, you'd think that a slightly higher low with almost inexistent negative Momo and higher levels relative strength, that's decently close to divergence, class B divergence, but it's not. But it still seems kind of bullish in a way. You think it might play out, we'd get higher prices, but it's just not happening right now. Dude, that one was insane. Dude, that fumble, man, I don't even know. Kind of hard to believe. Dude, what were we saying at the end? Oh, we're talking about coaches. What was it again? It's like one of the last things I said. It's like we're talking about Bama taking on coaches that get fired for being terrible or something, but they're from like higher, nice programs, decent programs, schools. And it's like Probe said they should name that position "You're talented, but you got issues" analyst, coaching rehab, you could call it. Yeah, you're on the 5th and 6th step. And it's like tends to play out good and terrible. That was it, man. That was awesome. No, I'm not on Vimeo. Why would I be on Vimeo? Alright, coddling you. 3, 2, 1. Fart noise. I don't think people were complaining flat beginner. I think people were just saying stuff. They were typing when it was literally sold off like $50, or it got all the way down to like $99.30 or something. Okay. So James. Yeah, well, they're out there, man. You know that, we know that. I know they're out there. Okay, so just still, I mean, like, how long has this channel been there, right? How long have I streamed? 80 days, man, plus this has been going on, dude. Just when will the action come again? How much did you make last year? Send it in. Pretty much. Well, someone's got to fund everyone else, right? That's how it works. T-Rex says patience is key in trading. Certainly so, man. You got to wait for the price to come to you. When you wait for the price to come to you by setting up alerts and waiting and forgetting about it, when the alerts go off, then you start worrying about it again. I mean, that's you playing the market. When you buy in randomly, or when you buy high when there's little value, that is the market playing you. Pretty easy to get people that don't understand the psychology of trading to FOMO into something, right? Now the real game begins. Is it beginning? I don't understand. So there's a Harvard study predicting an 80% drop. Well, I guess might as well wrap it up, chat. Might as well literally go all in short if Harvard said it. Backstreet Boys. All right. Holy crap, man. One more like and we got 200. Can you believe it, dude? Still 10,000 on the new week and nothing's changed at all. Nothing, dude. Not really, Mike. I'm just hanging out, trying to relieve my nerves of just this stress I've been getting on my internet and my tech, my computer, all that crap, dude. I really do need to work on my other PC and get all the, you know, systems and programs installed, like whatever. Just haven't worked on it at all. Yeah, I don't know about that, B-Slice, man. I mean, like, you could try to say that. It's just, I don't think there's near enough data, and I think it's not really. I wouldn't interpret it like that, okay? JMO wants the markets to perform like Jim Harbaugh, little effort, huge gains. What are you talking about? Huge gains? Are you talking about Michigan driving down the field and fumbling in the red zone or something? Huge gains that yield no profit, right? Dude, he's screwed. Remember his press conference was like, we got outplayed, got outmanned, outcoached. It's like, dude, you are done. Boosters have abandoned this guy. He has no chance, dude. This is his last year. He will be released. Someone do a remind me, right? Remind me. Mitch said that Jim Harbaugh will be released from the Michigan Wolverines by the end of the year, if not in the middle of it, okay? Oh, nice. This is just breaking news. Top quarterback recruit flips to Alabama. Bryce Young commits to Alabama, and he committed to USC in July 2018. Let's go. Taking recruits, man. I'm in chat. See how gold did. Remember gold was at the bottom of that channel, and I think it started rallying again. Okay, it really hasn't gone nowhere since that impulse. Alright, so yeah, you got the upsloping channel. You know, you had the channel, and then you broke it to the upside, and now you got another channel. I'm just get rid of that, I guess. So you can see what's kind of happening, and it's like, oh my god, is it head and shoulders? Yeah, it could be head and shoulders, but remember, if you're truly in a bull trend, your bearish patterns aren't going to be as reliable. So it may not. This would be completely invalid as a potential left shoulder head, right shoulder, if you break above 1525 soon enough on this impulse. You can get up there and break it. You might just continue on in this uptrend. But really, really nice how we've kind of pivoted off the bottom upsloping support again. All right. So what's this? You're up thrusting kind of at that 1525. What is that? You know what that is, man. Look left. It's the major resistance points that we've had plotted forever. Go back to videos from April. Okay, it's just there, and we broke it, up thrusted, and we sold off. Yet on selling off, we have not. I mean, we are making lower highs than previous highs, but you're kind of in the middle of like figuring out if you're like it could keep running. Is what I'm saying. It's trying to get up there again. All right, so. See if this head and shoulders becomes more mature, or if it will invalidate it completely. You know you're invalidating it if you can get a candle close above 1525 on the daily. All right, and that's it. Okay. Well, you got to think about rate cuts and all that, dudes. I mean, that's good for equities. More free money, you know, easier to obtain money. And it'll probably go into equities, and we might get another stock boom before the crash. You just don't know. And what if equities are doing really well? Maybe gold does form this head and shoulders and does break the neckline. If it does break the neckline, right, measured move. And just remember, we've not yet hit the measured move of the complex slanted inverse head and shoulders pattern that we broke out of in early to mid-June. Broke it, you've rallied tremendously. Measured moves up to 1655, not there yet. You're stalling at resistance. And so, but if the smaller pattern did play out, it's visible on the daily, so it's not a joke. Right, this did play out. Not the largest pattern in the world, but targets at least for a break to the downside could put you at 1419. All right, that's definitely in the cards if you break 1489's that neckline. All right. Wolf of BitMEX, of course. 0x is possible just because of rate cutting. I mean, like, they're literally doing that for that reason, right? They're cutting rates. It's a preventive measure. And so they're trying to keep this market this market cycle that's been around for 10.5 years. They're trying everything they can to keep it going, man, despite the sentiment not being near as bullish as it once was in 2016. Yeah, I think the best position to have most of your money is cash, just based on, again, 10.5 year, hey, high interest savings account, whatever, just be ready. Just don't get caught with your pants down. Have dry powder, and have stupid amounts of dry powder. We're just getting to a point in how late it is in the cycle that you could change your life financially if you have enough money when the crash happens and it goes a year and a half long, and you've got all that capital to buy buy incredible assets at insanely low levels, right? That's why having cash and a high interest savings account, the majority of your capital in that is really, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just telling you what one might want to do is just be prepared, and it might take another year, it might take 2 years, but you can change your life getting the bottoms of crashes, stock market crashes. Dude, it's coming at some point. And people have been saying that for years, but at this point, man, you're over the 10-year mark. That's one of the longest bull runs ever, okay, in the history of the stock market. Do Buddha my Buddha statues. Do they count towards the gold market? Oh, I don't know, man. Maybe. It's really just about, if you have it, it's whatever gold's worth. You could turn it in and get cash for it or something, right? Yeah, all right. Well, been live for an hour and a half now. So, big one's not doing much, just looking at golds. Altcoin's doing a bunch of nothing. Just selling off a little bit, just like Bitcoin. That's it. Yeah, altcoins all a little red. Most are down 0.5% or 1% now already. It's only been 30 minutes into the new week. Right, just trying to hold on, man. Trying so hard. Okay, still over 10K. Y'all scared still? Are y'all? Oh man, look there. Yeah, the divergence was there on Bitcoin. Oh, we can talk about that. Low, lower low, at the square up. You get bullish divergence at a square up. That's really good. Probably scalping opportunity stuff, right? And then even on the RSI, I think you got it. Yeah, even on the RSI, a low on price. When you hit the square up, you were making higher levels relative strength barely, but it was on both oscillators. So it's just a little bit of coinciding variable action, right? No, I didn't advise you, James, because I don't give financial advice, right? But one thing, yeah, one needs to have first, before anything, is $10,000 saved up in a money market account. Yeah, with a good APY, excuse me, and use it as emergency savings for life's curveballs. Exactly. That's step one, and then after that you can talk about getting a Roth IRA set up, trying to max that out. 5,500, I think, went up 5,500, 6K a year, and then of course, if you have a career that they can have a 401k, I would think that you try to contribute as much as one can to that 401k, especially if they match. And then after those things are taken care of, then one can start talking about other investments. But that's a lot of money, right, for a lot of people to get all that going. So, could be a mouthful, could be nothing at all. Just depends who you are, what financial state you're in. Claudio, it sure did, man. Yeah, it did. It was here. Thank you, man, for that. It's an IRA. Theodore Roosevelt's an IRA. Yeah. Canada's TFSA. There you go, dudes. There's Roth IRA and traditional IRA. I use a Roth IRA because when, 59.5, when you can take out that money, you have tax-free gains. You pay the taxes on the money up front, and so when you pull out, there's no like capital gains tax at all. It's like all yours. So that's why a Roth IRA is so important to have. If one doesn't have one, I'm not telling one to get one, but it is and the government pretty much said, hey man, we keep devaluing our U.S. currency and we keep raising taxes on people. They're going to riot. They're going to revolt. So let's think of a way to where the Americans can somehow try to get ahead for retirement, because Social Security is probably going to be obsolete by the time a lot of us get to that retirement age. So Roth IRA, you can't rely on the government when you get older, right? If you're young, 20 to 30, even 35, it's like you're on your own, and you got to think about it like that. Yes, 100%. One should have a 401k and a Roth IRA. Yes. Traditional, you will get taxed on your gains when you pull it out at 59.5. So no, I think Roth IRA is the best route. That's for me. All right. So I don't know about you, but you just got to ask the question, do you want your gains to be taxed when you pull it all out when you're 59.5? If you do, go with traditional. If you want the government to not be able to touch your money and your gains, you pull it out, Roth IRAs for you. Sweet, Brandon, man. Good. Okay, Frank Ellis. Well, believe me, dudes, there's a lot worse problems. Okay. That's a crazy idea to not invest in a Roth IRA just because you say you don't own the money, if it's in a bank, good luck getting it out if there's a real panic. Why both? Because you can only contribute $6K, $5,500 to $6K a year in Roth IRA. You can only contribute about $18,000 a year in your 401k. They're both tax deferred accounts, right? Like they're both like, the government gives us the ability to invest in these. So you try to max out those tax deferred, tax haven accounts before you start getting into brokerage, where you will pay 15% after a year of holding, or if you hold something for less than a year, you're paying 30% capital gains. So yeah, I know, Darren, but that's cool though, because they have investment tools that short for you, right? They're in investment vehicles that say, hey, like the SQs, right? It's like there's different ones. SQs is a bad example. It's like a 3 times leveraged ETF, or an ETN you call it, and it shorts the Qs for you. So individual assets, that sucks. Oh my god, sorry, just threw my pen. Yeah, individual assets, you can't do it, but you can short indices in your Roth IRA as a hedge. That's what you can do. You can even invest in Bitcoin if you want in your Roth IRA with the GBTC. Well, if you start earning too much, I think you can't even contribute anymore or something. I can't even remember. There's a rule if you earn too much. But then it's like different world. If you're an entrepreneur, you can invest in something called a SEP, which is like a self-employed IRA, and you can contribute $58,000 a year in that. So it's like a big incentive to be an entrepreneur, especially if you can think about how much you can write off. I can save myself $24,000 in taxes this year by contributing $58,000 to my SEP, my SEP IRA. So it's wild, man. Okay, so just talking about stuff, man. All good. Thanks for the nearly 600 people still tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell. That's up. Thanks so much. All right, hype, man. Hype, like spike, sub spike. 30K, dudes. You gotta have it, man. We want the Pepe emotes and the non-stupid smiley faces that YouTube gives us. We got to get 30K. All right. 20,205. That's right, Chuck. But can't take them out till 59 and a half. Self-employed IRA, pretty much Barrett. But you can't open one unless you have like a tax ID for your business and stuff, right? So great way to save on taxes. But again, you can't access it till 59 and a half, so you got to keep that in mind, right? What's up, Ken? Good to see you, man. Thanks all y'all for being here this Sunday evening. I don't know if I'm going to stream tonight. Okay, no idea. I mean, can't tell me I might just have to like call up a YouTube sub coach or something and be like, what can I do to gain virality just so I get 30K subs? Like, gotta make like a rap video or something about technical analysis and act all gangster and stuff and get PewDiePie to promote it or something, right? Because if not, it might take us another year to get to 30,000 subs. Okay. You use a casino when you have crypto. I mean, again, we talked about that a lot. It's like, your casinos, the atmosphere and the oxygen pumps and the free alcohol and the women and all that, dude. Casinos are much better than crypto. If you're talking about gambling. Eric, yeah, man, maybe one day. Pipe dream. I know, Brad, but might be dead too. So viral or dead. Grind is real. Oh yeah, Theodore. When you go through, what's up, Ron Dennis? Thanks for the sub, man. When you go through 80 days of a correction, volatility lacking, even though we have gotten good moves in between, right? But it's very tough to grow. And I guess I chose my destiny as a crypto-centric streamer, even though I'm that and just really it's just technical analysis. I mean, it's so niche. There's only a finite amount of people that want to invest themselves and learn about it and do it. Most people like watching, Badlands chugs. And that's okay. There you go. So Dominus says that casino chips are cashable at value forever. Gary Connect, what? Don't change my act? Oh, I'm not, but I can definitely try to do something funny. I mean, I sometimes make people laugh. I know I'm not like a comedian or anything, but I'm just thinking about something that, I don't know, would get me to that. I just want it to be like we can have a Twitch chat, right? Twitch chat is so much cooler, but the audience and growth is on YouTube for me. I don't like them out. Demographic is 25 to 45. That's the majority of my viewers. So, I mean, they're just not on Twitch, and they don't, people aren't looking for trading and learning and stuff like that on Twitch. They're just looking for video game streamers for the most part, or IRL Twitch thoughts, right? Booby streamers, they're called. What's up, Sam, man? Backed is live. Boxed is live. Gosh, keep saying boxed, backed. Balls. I got the hats. I mean, yeah, I guess. Oh, thanks for the 253 likes, y'all. Really appreciate that. Okay, but I guess I've kind of overstayed my welcome on this Sunday. Just wanted to be here for you on that weekly candle close. We got it and have done a bunch of nothing. You know, there was a slight amount of movement all the way down to 99.30 or so, and now we're already back up above 10K, but who knows how long that'll last. Look, you're in the dead middle of a range, so flip a coin, man. You can go either way, but you got to think that maybe, just maybe, on Bitcoin on the 4 hour, that convergence might usher in some higher prices before lower again, right? And you just got to think that a low, slightly higher low with much lower levels of negative Momo. Oh my God, dude, are you serious? But it was on loop, man. Like, you stupid, man. Give me a break. I had it looping. Maybe this is my internet went out and stuff. Probably why. Mike Lamb, thanks, dude. What's up, Imran? Who knew? Yeah, Thomas, man. All right. So maybe this convergence, so close to maybe being a divergence, but not. It's so close that you could still consider it bullish. All right, that to that, it's a good thing. So let's see if it can play out, and we can run to 10,300 or so to test this downsloping resistance once and for all. Last time we touched it was August 6th, man. It's been a while. We got so close, yet didn't get there. All right, will the convergence work? We'll know probably in the next day, within the next 24 hours. We'll know. All right, if it'll play. So thanks so much for the likes, the love. Shout out to Probes, man. Thanks for the contribution. Claudio, thank you for the contribution. Fill in the gap and grab the money. Thank y'all for the contributions. Because of people like y'all, I'm able to come back and keep you informed. Do leadership talks. Try to help you and be a positive influence in your life. And maybe do some analysis on all markets, right? Not just Bitcoin, and help you understand what TA really is and what it's not. So I'll be back later. Don't know when. Be in the Discord if you want to know when I go live. So until next time, respect the TA.